All right, do I have an interesting little project here today? So we got this 2020 BMW M235i here, which is like the F44 BMWs. So they have this known issue with the headlights where the driver LED running lights go out, which are these two rings. You have the inner one and the outer one. Super common on these things to go out. It took me a while to figure out which one was which, but I will get over that here in a little bit. Essentially, the LEDs burn out on the circuit board that runs in there, and these headlights, like all things from BMW, are super expensive. They're like, to replace the entire thing, I think it was like $2,400 a headlight, but you can just get the modules and you can replace them, which is what we're going to do today. So they have a different module for each one. So this inner one here is super easy. If you have this inner light out, it is this up top module right here. And these are my new ones here. I've actually started kind of messing with it already because I couldn't get a good diagram of which module controlled which light. But yeah, the top one is the inside one. The outer ones are on the side of the headlight. So we're gonna have to pull the bumper to get the headlight assemblies out. This one, the outside one is out. This one, they are both out. So I'm gonna show you this too here. So if you're doing the inner ones or the outer ones, this is the new module, which I was testing. So it works with the LEDs. These three little spots on the circuit board are your LED lights. Look in there, and when they went out, they burned the end of that tube. So we're gonna have to grind that down and clean that up to make this light shine through here the way it needs to. But we'll get to that when we get it off. So they actually do sell these modules on Amazon. I figured that out today, which was too late. I ordered them on eBay. They took forever to get in here. But the people I ordered them from on eBay were fantastic. So I will put a link up in the video and in the description from the Amazon set, as well as the eBay people, because I don't know what the price difference is there. But we'll get that figured out. And for now, we're going to dive right into it. So step number one is we need to remove the entire headlight assembly. In order to do that, we need to pull this front bumper off of this puppy. So step number one is we're going to expose the fasteners on the top side of the bumper here. So on these little side trim pieces, if you just grab this tab with your thumb or a flathead screwdriver and pull it towards the inside of the vehicle, you can lift this right up. We'll toss that one over there. I'm going to come over here. So yeah, here, as an example, you just put your thumb right there, just pull it back, and lift it up. Ow. Be careful not to pinch yourself like I just did. Owie. All right, now this one seems like it just slides off of this little trim piece here potentially, or it just presses on. There we go. So that one presses on there, that's off, and now we have all of our Torx bits exposed on the top side of the motor here, or top side of the bumper here. Next thing we're going to do is slide down to this wheel well down here. All right, and a tip to lay on the ground the minimal amount. The tires are going to have to come off to clear that wheel liner. So we're going to go ahead, while we're down here, and go all the way underneath the bottom here. There are 8mm screws all the way across the bottom side. We're going to take all of these out under the front of the bumper because they're going to have to come out too. Then we'll get it up on jack stands and get these tires off to finish up there. All right, here we are. We're picking up on the passenger side here to get the bumper disconnected. I did the driver's side, but I was laying on the ground, forgot my camera, so I figured I'd record this side. We got this screw, this screw, this screw, this screw, that screw, and one up here that all need to come out so that way we can pull this out. And it's a booger, man. Having done the other side already, that wheel liner did not want to flex to expose the screws underneath, but it can be done. All right, I'm gonna lay down and then I'll show you from the bottom side what it looks like. Here is the one up top. I also like to take out this one here, just to make sure that's not holding it back. All right, now this wheel liner should be free enough to start folding it forward like this. Then what we're gonna do, I just don't understand what feels like it's holding it. It's just some really rigid plastic, man. So let me see if I can get you a view. I'm gonna take a few more out. I'm gonna take all these ones out, this one over here, just everything I can to get this thing loose. with it folded back. Like I said, it's not easy. You got one 8mm there and another one up kind of behind it. I'm not sure if you can see it there or not, but they're basically staggered. One there, one behind it. You got to shoot both those out. Wow, it hit me in the face when it fell out. Once you do that, you can just pop it loose right there. Woo! So now we take these Torxes out here across the top. This whole thing's ready to pull back, but it does have parking sensors, and some of them probably have fog lights on them. So we need to be careful when we slightly start to bring it back to make sure that if any harness that's connected, we unplug it. All right, these screws are T30 Torxes, so we're gonna go ahead and zip all these out. And then you probably want a second person if you got somebody that can assist you. So as you pull it off, you can find whatever harnesses there are and unplug them. I'm gonna try and do it on my own. Then I'll probably leave the camera rolling as I do it, just so you can see if there's any struggles or anything. But yeah, it's not too bad. Okay, so you're gonna pull that just kind of straight back out from under the clips. Let's see what we got here. Oh yeah. We're free on that side. We don't feel free on this side. Why? Oh my God! I missed an 8mm at the bottom. No. Okay. Wyatt, come here. I need your help. Lay under here. There's 2 screws facing up from the bottom. You zip both of those out. Do you see them?
Oh, I see one.
Okay, take that one out.
Is it right on the
Yeah, it should be right here somewhere, facing straight up. Yeah, right here, that one. Just make sure it's on there good, and then pull the trigger and it should come out. Hell yeah, brother. There should be one more. You can just sit on the ground with the other ones over there. That's good right there. There should be one more. You see where?
Right here, right here.
Yeah, that's the one. Oh, thank you, bro. That was so important. I owe you some candy or something for that. All right, thank God for Wyatt on that one. So yeah, there's a harness running right here to the center to probably like the adaptive cruise control or something that I can't find a plug to, but the bottom of this thing is beat up from being driven so much, so we're just gonna gently set it there like that and leave it, because all we're after is the headlights. If you need this bumper off to do something else under here, then I would suggest figuring out where this harness goes and unplugs, but otherwise it is free and ready to go. But for us, all we care about is getting these headlights out. So let's see what we got here. We got a T30 there, a T30 there, and there's gotta be something down here somewhere, but I'm not seeing anything. So let's take these 2 T30s out and see if it wants to move at all. All right, this is just about the dumbest thing I've ever seen when it comes to headlight design ever. But yeah, so to get this passenger one off, there is it was down here up top right here. There's a T30 on the bottom facing from the back of the wheel liner that direction, which you'll see I completely disconnected this and got it to pop down a lot more. Right now we need to unplug everything on this washer sprayer reservoir, because this whole freaking thing has to come out, because there is one more Torx behind where this runs down facing that direction. We have to get out. Once we get that one out, this puppy will slide forward finally. So this whole reservoir has to come out, which it looks like is a T30 right here. We just need to unplug these connectors, which I'm doing right now. They just have squeeze tabs. You just depress and lift, depress and pull. And this one here looks like a booger, and that's the one I'm trying to figure out. I don't know how this comes on or off. Let me clip. Yeah, this clip slides forward. Oop, like that. You just flip it forward, and then this whole thing will pop off of there. That's the washer sprayer line. But yeah, we'll get that unplugged. We'll get that unplugged. Then there's a 10mm up here. We'll take that off, and then we'll take this T30 off down here, and this whole reservoir can fish out from right here, and then we can get that last remaining Torx to get that off. And the module we're after for this outside running light is right here on the corner on the back of the headlight, so it has to come all the way out to get to that thing. All right, our 10 mil is out up top, but it looks like we don't actually need to take that Torx out. What we need to do is release these tabs that pop through this bracket right here on this tab and that tab. All right, on the top side there was one last thing. So this little clip clicks in right here, and you had to put a flathead on this tab right here and flex it outwards because it prevents it from coming up off of this stud. But looks like our reservoir is free now. This came out really easy. You just press down way out here in the middle on both sides, it'll pop right out. So let's see if we can finagle this puppy out of here now. All right, real quick, I wanted to show you how I got on it. You need a 1/4 inch drive because the 3/8 is too fat. And I peeked right down through this little crack here with my eye to kind of see how to line it up. You can't really get good depth perception that way. You just kind of got to stab and try, but we got it. It's out finally. So now we should be able to wiggle this thing forward. Hell yeah, brother. And now we can unplug it, which it has a plug down here with some squeeze tabs. And we can finally get, oh God, finally get to fixing this dang headlight. Wow, this thing's heavy. That's wild. Holy cow. The driver's side is going to be easier because there's not a reservoir in the way, but it still sucks. Like that is so stupid, man. I cannot believe they did that way. But all right, let's get these modules swapped and cleaned up, and then we'll test them before we put everything back together. I'm a little nervous about this one. This side burned out so hard. Look at that. And look at what it did to the tube. There's not a lot of tube left there. I'm gonna clean it up with a little Dremel on both ends, and hopefully it'll still brighten up and shine light down it. Otherwise, this all may be for naught. She may need a whole headlight assembly, which is expensive. All right, I got me a little Dremel out, and I ground it all the way down to clear glass or plastic or whatever that is that the light shines down. That's as good as we're gonna get it, so hopefully the light will carry through that, and it will be still pretty bright and still pretty white instead of like a, I'm assuming, non-existent or like a dark brown or yellow color. No, so this is what I use, a little Dremel with a little tiny tip on it. Now I gotta try and get in there and get on that one. I mean, that's basically what it looked like before on the other one, so we'll try and shave that down. Then we're gonna slap these new modules in, and then we'll go see if it lights up the way it's supposed to before we button this all back together, because this sucked. All right, moment of truth. Hey, look, we got light. It's a little yellowed. It's definitely a little yellowed, and it's not as white as that side, but they're both working. I can try and clean it some more. Yes, let me try and Dremel it out a little bit more. I'm scared I'm going to take off too much material, but we'll just keep going. Let's see what happens. All right, here we go. So I took off basically all of the yellow and burnt I could possibly get on this inner one. So let's see if that one looks. Oh yeah, look at that. That looks a lot whiter. That one looks equally as bright as this one as well. Cool. So now I just need to do a little bit on this one to get that yellowing out. And we should be home free. Come on. All right, I gave it one final grind on that outer one. This is as good as it's gonna get. Let's see. Okay. It's still got a little yellowing to it, but that sure beats $2,500 for a new headlight assembly. So that's as good as we're gonna be able to get it, ladies and gentlemen. So now I'm gonna go ahead and finish pulling that headlight and then getting that outer one fixed there, and then I'll put it all back together. To put it back together, you just do the same thing we did to take it apart, just in reverse. I also forgot to mention earlier, but I'll mention it now. I may splice this in earlier in the video, that this is also a way you can change the color of those angel eyes. They sell LED modules that are all kinds of different colors. I'll have a link for that in the description as well. But hopefully this helps somebody out. This is a super common problem. It is super expensive to fix if you try and just replace the headlight assembly. So yeah, pull it out, swap these modules, and use a little Dremel to clean them up as best you can, and live with the results would be my recommendation if you don't want to pay for the whole headlight unit. But if it helped you out, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if you want to see more. I almost forgot to show it when it was all back together, but look at that. We got fully functional headlights with the running lights and everything else. Come on.